Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmels Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Barbarian. So, I've heard this is a very, very scary, jumpy movie. They actually show, during the, what is this called? The trailer. They show the audience in the movie theater, like, being really scared. And I've seen that before. So I don't know much about it. It's a woman, she goes to an Airbnb, and evidently some guy's there already, and instead of just leaving, she decides to stay anyway for the night. And, you know, some things start to happen. I don't know. Georgina, Campbell. Oh, Bill Skarsgård. Justin Long. That's all I recognize. Anyway, who cares, right? 7.4 on IMDb. 23,207 people rated it so far. Same with my horror Halloween theme. I think it's horror, right? Horror, thriller, whatever it may be. Horror, thriller, yep. Genius. Anyway. It's on HBO Max, which is awesome. Like, it came out, I got the notification from Redbox, whatever, Voodoo, and added it to my IMDb list. And if you have HBO Max, or maybe it shows up anyway, when you go in to see ways to watch in IMDb, it says HBO Max. I'm like, what? It's fantastic. So, let's get into it, see what it's about, give you a better idea, let you know if it's really as scary as they say, and hopefully I can finish it. Stick around. Hey everybody, I'm going to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Barbarian. It's not Barbarian, it's Barbarian. Barbarian? Barbarian. I'm going to say Barbarian. It's a street name. It's not like a Barbarian. I didn't know that, but I think that's how they're saying it. Barbarian. Something like that. Anyway, we're at the 59-minute, 43-second mark. I don't know if I said that, but it's interesting. It's not like what IMDb describes. It's somewhat true, but it's very, very misleading. I'll leave it at that, right? Just talk about the content a little bit more than I will about the plot line. The plot line is initially true, but there's more to it to that. And I thought that was interesting, a different take than what I was expecting. And I'll cover it at the spoilers at the end without spoiling the movie, but I'll give you some more insight. Also, up until this point, it's not really scary at all. There's portions of the film where you're waiting to be scared. You're on your edge of your seat. You think something's going to happen. There's maybe a jump scare here or there, but nothing ridiculous. But that's where we are. And I don't want to go into too much detail because one of the things that I thought was interesting was the fact that what I read on IMDb is misleading, as I said. But other than that, that's it so far. So... and a lot of poor decisions. I'll say that in the first hour of this film. There's a lot of poor decisions happening. But we'll see where it goes. Stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody. We're at the credits of Barbarian. However you say it. Like I said, did the check-in. A lot different than what I thought. I was also fooled by the audience stuff. I didn't jump as much as they show you jumping. Now that could just be me, but you know, it wasn't like I wasn't on the edge of my seat. I just didn't feel that there were that many jump scares at the whole. Like, that's what I thought they were doing in the crowd, or maybe they were just like grossed out by what was going on, that kind of stuff. And there are some, you know, moments like that, and you know. What's all going on is interesting and different. I felt there wasn't, and maybe they wanted it like this, there wasn't enough explanation on the backstory. And I thought that if, you know, the way that it ended, I thought that was needed. They didn't need that if they would have ended it differently. I know I'm talking in riddles, but really that's my thoughts. You know, it's new and creative and different, but I don't know. It didn't feel like it went that long. It didn't feel like there was a lot to it, but it felt like it went quickly, if you know what I mean. So, hard one for me to explain more because most of the fun for me was what I told you earlier, and I'm going to talk a little bit openly about that. But don't go into this thinking it's the scariest movie ever. There are some visualizations that are weird, but that's it, I think. I don't know. I have a comparison, but I can't think of it. I mean, I don't want to say it. I don't want to give it away at all, so I won't even say that. I will jump to the next. So anyway, so that's my review. I'm going to talk a little bit more openly about it real quick. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's going to be a little bit more than what I've shared so far. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but if you don't want to hear any more about the movie and you want to go into it fully surprised, go ahead. If not, stick around and let's talk a little bit more. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. So I thought it was interesting how it starts off with Skarsgård and Georgia or whatever and Georgina, and that was cool. And it, it's like, oh wow, it's going to be like multiple stories. I thought that was cool. That's what I was referencing earlier. I like that aspect. But again, I don't understand her purpose or what, I understand what happened, but it's her story, the backstory, the basement lady, that I thought they could have spent a little bit more time on. Guy goes to the store, comes home from the store, I'm not going anywhere. Okay. Now from the other guy's explanation, just having babies, I guess, and that's what you get. I don't know. It wasn't clear enough, wasn't good enough for me, and in the way that they ended it, like I said, I thought that was different. But that's all I really wanted to share with you. That's why I'm not really sold on this one. I'm not sure why, but I'd probably give it a 6, and it's a generous 6, I think, in my eyes. And riddled, like I said, with bad decisions, even after my check-in. I mean, people just kept making bad, poor decisions. So, all right, that's it. Hopefully I was helpful. Apologize if I wasn't. But thanks for tuning in. Kimmel Irish Pub.